another keeper cut. I still haven't written my punchlines for tonight, so I want to get this done quick so I can do that and then hopefully go to bed at a decent time, which I never do anymore. Didn't do a spot tonight, podcasted instead, so no set notes really. Okay, this I ripped right from the podcast. Everybody knows about Schrodinger's cat, but nobody ever talks about Schrodinger's son. I heard he has MS. How's he doing? How's Scott doing? Haven't heard from him in a while. Here's another one. So when I was a kid, we would do Easter egg hunts. My mom would set that up. And at some point we outgrew it, and I don't remember that process ever happening. Like, was there an Easter? And she was like, okay, go find all the Easter eggs. And we were like, oh, no, thanks. And she was like, okay, go clean up the fucking mess I just made. And then when we got older, she wanted to keep it going. So she switched to like a beer Easter egg hunt where she would hide beers. But it takes a while to find them. So then you end up just putting them back in the fridge. It's like, why don't we just keep them in the fridge? Anything to not chat. It's dumb. My dad would do his own beer Easter egg hunts, but his were inside the house, and he would find all the beers, and then he would drink them while we were asleep. That's not really true, so I don't know if I want to do that, but I guess I could say just kidding at the end. You can always say just kidding at the end of anything. That's from something, right? Just a little line I thought of. I can probably add it anywhere. I'm sure I talk about this a good amount, but something about a tough poop and describing it as a poop that doesn't want to leave the nest. Another tag about zombies always wearing nightgowns, just that it was sad that all the zombies were just about to have warm milk. Could be a little tag, just a little teeny laugh to get me to the big laugh. I don't know. I feel like this premise has been trodden a little bit, so if I don't come up with a better angle, I probably won't pursue this too much. But I think that task slide thing that happens is kind of interesting, where you have the thing you need to do, and you're like, ugh, I'll clean my room instead. And then you look at how messy your room is, and you're like, ugh, I'll solve Ukraine. I feel like that's how people become political activists. I think I need more examples before I get to Ukraine. In that same vein, I like all the online self-help gurus. They really make me believe that I can solve all my problems by just taking colder and colder showers. If I'm ever having any negative emotion or experience, it is because my shower is simply not cold enough. Okay, and then the last thing, I made a sketch about being a Pornhub customer support rep and maybe making it a bit but flipping it so it's from the perspective of like the person calling. Like, Pornhub has customer support. They don't have a number you can call, which is probably smart on their part. I think people would abuse the system. Call like, I just wanted to talk. I feel weird about what I just watched. They spend most of their time rerouting people. Sir, I think you meant to call an ambulance. Sir, I think you meant to call animal control. Sir, I think you meant to call your dad. You might have an account. Let me check. Those last three were right from the sketch. I don't know if it'll work. Like, because in a sketch like that, you can just cut scene as though it's like a TV show. So I'll have to, if each of those lines gets laughs, I could just say them rapid succession like I just did, but I don't really know. But I feel like I'll just try that, see how it feels, and then if it works, I could tag it up, because that's kind of a crazy little scenario. I think that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a quick one, but that was 20. Did you like any of these? Did you hate any of these? Let me know in the comments. Also, check out our most recent episode of Hypothetically with Zach Russell. It's very funny. It's problematic, but very funny. And then if you want to watch the full episode, and the second half is less sex ass based, check that out on our Patreon. We're trying to get the Patreon going. Is there any way I could add a version of this to the Patreon that you would find worth subscribing to see? I don't know. I've been thinking about that. Got to get the Patreon going. Anyway, that's been Keeper Cut. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Welcome to Pornhub. When you're here, your step family. I think some customers don't fully understand my role. I think you meant to call 911. I think you meant to call animal control. I think you meant to call your dad. You might have an account. Let me see. No, most customers aren't angry. I would say they're more edging, which can sound similar if you're inexperienced. Welcome to Pornhub. Nobody outputsies the hub. The pay is $11 an hour. But can I let you in on a little secret? I'd do it for free.